Hey, what up, what up? So this will be, I guess, episode number 3. Haven't really been able to film much given the current state of things with the pandemic, COVID-19, all that stuff. Today is the first time in a while I'm actually out riding. I have to go pick up a new laptop because my current laptop kind of took a shit on me. So while that's getting fixed, I actually, since I'm working from home, need something that will actually function properly. So yeah, I'm going to pick that up and figure I might as well vlog a little bit while I'm at it. Yeah, so hopefully everyone is doing fine. You guys staying safe, staying healthy. I'm just hoping all this stuff passes soon. Aside from, you know, obviously it'd be much better if people weren't sick, but I'm also selfishly bored out of my freaking mind, and I want to be able to travel and go ride and stuff like that. So hopefully all this blows over soon. We'll see. But yeah, as you guys can see, even with the pandemic and stuff, traffic is still absolutely insane. Granted, it is a lot better than usual, but still pretty insane. That could also be due to the fact that here in Bangkok we don't actually have like a stay-at-home order per se. It's more everything is closed and they request that you only travel or leave the house or whatever for essential reasons. So legally it's not lockdown, but in practice it's pretty much a lockdown. And then there's also a pretty strict curfew from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. every night. So, but yeah, I mean, with all the bars and restaurants and stuff closed, I mean, you don't really have any reason to be out after 10 or before 4 a.m. anyways. So, I mean, it is what it is. And then they have the inter-provincial checkpoints, I guess is what they're calling them. So you have to have a legitimate reason to travel in between provinces here in Thailand. And then if you do, I believe you have to download some kind of app on your phone or something, and they track to make sure you're not like spreading any, like potentially spreading the virus or anything into other provinces, especially because I know there's a pretty significant amount of the provinces here have actually had 0 cases. So I would venture to guess they're trying to keep it that way. But yeah, so today I'm actually driving a little south. I mean, not too far, only about 30 minutes south, to pick up the laptop. Found a pretty good deal on, it's an Asus ROG Strix Scar 2, I believe. A bit of a tongue twister, but I'm pretty sure I got that right. It's technically a gaming laptop. Now I do game a little bit, but it's not really the primary purpose of it. The primary purpose for me will be video editing, photo editing for work, and doing my online teaching right now since the schools are still closed. So, because I actually have 2 jobs. I'm an English teacher here in Bangkok, which is, I guess, my primary job. And then I also do marketing consulting and advertising consulting. So I have a lot of digital design and video, photo editing, and SEO type stuff that I have to do. So all that kind of requires a decently powerful computer, and I don't feel like building a desktop. 1, because I like the portability of a laptop, and 2, because I travel a lot. So don't really want to have to cart around a desktop every time I move, or if I need to work while I'm traveling and stuff like that. I'd rather just have the power of a, you know, pretty decently high-end gaming laptop at my disposal. So plus, I mean, extra benefit, I can play games too if I want to, so that's always a plus. And for the record, I'm using Google Maps here pretty heavily because I have actually never been to this area of Bangkok that I'm going to, so I'm going to be completely lost if I don't use maps. But yeah, on a side note, hopefully the audio sounds a bit better now. Before I was using, for my Rode video mic, it's a the lapel version. I forget the exact model number and stuff like that, but before I was just using, well, initially I was using just the foam pop filter, and I was getting some pretty heavy wind noise. And then I doubled up on the pop filters because there's 2 in there, and helped a little, but it kind of muffled the audio a bit. But now I had ordered one of those furry, like, dead cat windscreen cover things, and it finally came in the other day, so I'm using that now. So hopefully it helps a lot. We'll see when I actually go to edit the video, see how it sounds, but I'm hopeful for it. Alright, I gotta pull over here real quick and check my messages. This guy that I'm buying the laptop from is on Facebook Marketplace. It's like he owns a store, but he can only sell private right now because the store is closed. But let's see what he said. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. So just let him know I was on the way. He said, okay, see you then. But yeah, I actually don't think he speaks English that well, but it seems like he was using Google Translate, which is totally fine. I wouldn't necessarily expect him to speak English, seeing as we're in Thailand and he speaks Thai. Sometimes I kind of feel guilty because I don't speak Thai, even though I'd like to learn. But for someone coming from an English-speaking background, I actually speak Spanish as well, but I mean, somebody coming from a Western language background, I guess, Thai is extremely difficult. I only know like a few phrases, and I've already been here almost a year. Because it's, I mean, first of all, they use a completely different alphabet. I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's like a script-based alphabet, kind of like, I guess if you're not familiar with it, it would look similar to like Vietnamese or like Korean, kind of. But yeah, and then they have different tones. So like the same word could mean a couple different things depending on the tone and the influx of your voice, which is super, super different compared to English, because we don't really have tones like that. I mean, Spanish, you have like accent tones, but it's not, doesn't necessarily change the meaning of the word. You just sound like a gringo if you don't say it right, and it still means the same thing. Here it's the whole word could mean something else, which could be potentially problematic in certain situations. Oh, and especially with the writing in the language here, is to somebody who speaks only English or only English and Spanish is absolutely crazy, because their sentences, they don't have spaces in between words. It just looks like one, like if you're looking at it, it just looks like one giant word. Like it doesn't, it's, I don't know, it's very, very odd. It's a very different concept from Western languages. So yeah, even a lot of foreigners that I know that do speak Thai, they can speak Thai relatively well. Like a buddy of mine, but he cannot for the life of him read or write in Thai, because it's just so crazy difficult compared to anything that we're used to in Western countries or even in Europe, with the exception of, I guess, some Arabic languages and Russian, but I don't know anything about those languages except for the fact that they also use a different alphabet, so I don't know if it's similar to Thai at all or not. I would doubt it, honestly, but who knows? Let's see, yeah, now I'm getting into the area where I have no idea where I am. I've never been over here before. It is still technically Bangkok, as far as I'm aware. But this is like far east side of Bangkok. So I'm actually not quite sure where I am or what's really out this way. I know if I go south, I'll be going towards the main Bangkok airport, but that's pretty far south. I'm in like the northeast corner of Bangkok currently. Let's see. Alright, so guess I'm taking a right here. Ooh-wee, look at that traffic. What the heck are y'all doing? Like they're setting up some kind of little moped race or something. Goodness. God, I really wonder why traffic's so bad right here. I've never even... Oh shit, did that guy just rear-end him? Maybe not. Alright, I guess he did. I'll be damned. Would you look at that? Let's get a closer look. Just because I'm nosy. Oh, that's not bad. Didn't see any damage at all. Come on. people do that. Pull halfway out into the damn street. Like, what are you doing? Have a little patience.